Aloha everybody, Kaiwaza with you, and it's time for another edition of browsing through my Hawaiian record collection. We're on the letter F, so let's pick up where we left off, looking at some Hawaiian records whose artists' names begin with the letter F. First up today is a private press recording called Hawaii Just For You by Bill Ford. This is on the private label called, I have to show you this, Beebe Records. Beebe Records. And I'm loving this cover, loving all the bright muumuus and Hawaiian shirts. This is Mr. Ford here, Bill Ford, and this features a lot of kind of standard hapahali songs, beautiful kawaii and one paddle, two paddle, etc. I'm not exactly sure the story is with Bill Ford. I'm not familiar with him. It was recorded in El Cajon, California. So I don't know whether this gentleman is like a visitor that came here frequently and learned Hawaiian songs and recorded them, or whether he lived on Kauai and he just recorded the album in California, which is possible. I don't know. I don't know the story or anything about him. But anyway, it's a perfectly good singer, nice album. Love the cover. Another Ford, this time Mr. Tennessee Ernie Ford, Aloha from Tennessee Ernie Ford, on Capitol Records, and he does the standard issue sort of Hawaiian songs that you would expect. Love Song of Kalua, Sweet Leilani, etc., etc. Of course, Tennessee Ernie Ford, very much a country singer, and this is very country sounding, but the backup musicians that were used on this album were all quite well known and have a familiar sound. If you are playing Hawaii Calls, Webley Edwards Hawaii Calls albums, or a lot of the albums recorded in Hawaii in the 50s and 60s had some of these backup musicians that are part of that ensemble, and so it has a very familiar sound. So if you like Tennessee Ernie Ford, you'll like it. I'm not crazy about Tennessee Ernie Ford myself. George Formby's Souvenir. This is an album that comes from England, the Decca Ace of Clubs label in England. 1961 is the date on it. Now, it's not Hawaiian technically speaking, but George Formby was a performer in the UK who was known for singing novelty songs and singing while he was strumming on his ukulele. So all these songs are basically George Formby singing and strumming on the ukulele, and they're mostly very cute, sort of funny numbers. Definitely like from the earlier part of this century. The recording's 1961, but his career goes back much earlier than that and is in a much earlier style. Very well-known singer, of course, on the continent, Connie Francis, Hawaii Connie. I've seen this released with a couple of different covers on it. This is a very pretty one. And it's Connie Francis. What can you say? I mean, it's definitely her style, songs and her way of singing, the usual songs. And it's a nice album. Here's an album, comes from Hawaii, recorded in Hawaii, Sea Dreams by Beebe, I believe that's pronounced, Beebe, I don't know, Beebe Freitas, pianist. A little back story on her. It says here that she moved to Hawaii in 1966, and she taught piano privately, was a pianist for the Honolulu Symphony, and serves as the assistant to the artistic director for the Hawaii Opera Theater. And this album has Hawaiian compositions, Hawaiian songs that have a sort of classical bent or were composed by royalty, which also tend to have that bend to them, on Lehua Records. Now we have a couple of records by a group that comes from the Big Island of Hawaii, from the Kona area, the Freitas brothers. Their first album, I believe here, Me Ke Aloha Pume Hana, With Our Warmest Love. There's sort of a dim picture of them on the shore there, and then a collage going on the back. There are three brothers singing, some in falsetto and some in regular register. This one, their second album, there's not a date on this one, but I'm going to say, 83, 84, something around that area, because their next album is 1985. It is dated. And this is called Best of Friends. I think this album is, vastly improved. I mean, I think this is one of those groups that went from a big improvement from the first album to the second album. I really like this one. There's quite a few songs on here that I think are really beautifully done and beautifully recorded. And again, some of the singing is falsetto, the lyrics on the inside. Quite a few songs. Kona Coffee song was kind of popular. It's just a pop song about, picking coffee beans. But some of the Hawaiian songs, Ku'upua Melia, Puanani, Ka'ivi, I mean, really nice renditions of that. So I like this album. And I don't think they did another album. I mean, if it would have been CD, but I don't think they did a CD after that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I don't think so. Finally, today we look at this very colorful, love it, Cousin Charlie Fu, My Kauai, featuring the Hawaiian wedding song as sung at the world-famous Fern Grotto. If you all are familiar with the island of Kauai and the Cocoa Palms Resort and the things there, Fern Grotto is a famous locale. It's green. It's not quite as green as this. It's not neon green, but there he is on the river cruise that used to go up on Waialua River, is it? On Kauai. And this is actually recorded on Kolopop Productions, which operated both in Hawaii and California. I don't know the story behind Kolopop, but in the 70s they did a lot of several artists that seem to include certain songs like A Million Tears, something about Canada, some Hawaiian song about Canada, When the Maple Leaf Turns Gold, yeah. A couple of other songs that they seem to, no matter who the artist was, they seem to have included on their albums. I don't know the story there, whether it was like some deal where they're like, okay, we'll record your album, but you have to include these 2 songs that we have written or whatever. I don't know. Well, anyway. It's a nice album, and he used to sing at the Fern Grotto and at the resorts, the Kauai Resort Hotel. So, a couple of originals on there. Cousin Charlie Fu. Now let's listen to some samples.
Now I wonder what's keeping us apart. Don't plunder and give away your heart until you whisper I love you, and then I'll know.
Lovely flower of Tahiti, the blossom red beyond compare. Oh, mama, kaho, ew, ew, ume, ume, ika, pu'upai, fuoli ke no kaui, fuoli ke no kaui, me ka oia no ie mahu.
that's where you'll find me, down by the seaside, watching the moonlight, the twinkling starlight.
He's got a naughty eye that flickers. You ought to see it wobble when he's ironing ladies' blouses, Mr. Wu. What shall I do? I'm feeling kind of lime out Chinese laundry blue. Now, Mr. Wu.
I hope you enjoyed that, and will join us next time. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And if you want to hear more whole selections from these albums and other albums in my Hawaiian music collection, please subscribe to the channel Hawaiian Leisure Hour, where I have entire selections. Also Hawaiian Leisure Hour on 8tracks.com, where there are playlists. Okay, thank you. We'll see you next time.